parade.
Oh, I got here just in time.
Perfect. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Approval of agenda.
I move we approve.
I'll support. I'll probably have a few questions.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Review and approve minutes. Already looked at them, didn't
I move that we approve.
Support.
all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Approved bills, accounts payable dated October 16th, regular 362,507.35, EFTs, no EFTs, so 362.
I would move we approve the October 16th bills.
Support.
Long old time, but look.
Yes. So this C&D Hughes for the concrete repairs on 99.
Mhm.
We get reimbursed from that.
That's just
by
a
the
pass
state.
through from.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
How long does it usually take MDOT to reimburse us?
It's deposited already,
Oh, okay.
usually like 3 days.
I thought it's not part of the MTF or whatever.
No.
then. It's not what you
It's a
said.
separate billing
Yeah.
deal. Cause that's part of, you look at the treasurer's report, part of that 257,000 for state billing.
Starting to get so full. Our salt is full?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They're almost over full.
So it didn't take that many loads to fill us back up.
They're all predicting a cold, snowy winter. But I've heard that before. Say better May.
Everybody happy? It's been moved and seconded to approve the bills. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Thank you. Payroll dated October 23rd for $129,525.56.
Move we pay the payroll.
Or,
Any discussion? If not, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Moving right along.
I don't have a for sure around November 14th. That's not.
Treasurer's report.
Beginning cash and investment balance is $2,490,450.15. Total receipts was $471,592.22. Total in bills and payroll was $492,032.91. CD reserved for 2 trucks is $689,700.71. Ending available fund balance is $1,780,308.75. Outstanding accounts payable is $30,244.54.
Any questions?
We didn't get delayed with the state transportation fund money, did we?
No.
No.
All right, stand as presented. Thank you. Public comment. John, you're up.
Thank you. I have 2 things on my agenda. Number 1, when I go to see my daughter and grandkids killed there in Somerset is a total disaster. And what I don't understand is they go, you turn off Somerset right, and as soon as you get on Kildare, it is terrible. And it's been that way. What I don't understand is, once you get off Kildare, all roads are good. I don't understand why that one section is just torn to pieces and patch. Alls I wanna know is that on the docket maybe to get that section fixed?
Not that I know of, but we can,
Is
is that a paved road?
Well, sort of.
What?
Okay. So that will take
It's
a
just,
batch from the township.
okay. But if they've been, so do I need to go to the township and ask them and then revert it back to you? What's my process?
We're gonna meet with them here in about a week or so anyway. On other issues, we can talk to them about that.
Okay, cause it's, and I don't understand why just that section. I thought maybe.
How long of a stretch is that, do you know? Is it a mile?
No, it's less than a mile.
Okay.
And as soon as you get on Glenville over, all the roads around it are great.
Good.
Far, well, I don't go all the way around, so.
Hmm.
So the second thing is, you remember when I took the tree down and I had the 2 stumps and they came and ground out the big stump and the one that I had removed when it's still there. So alls I wanna know is that something on the agenda for this year or?
Well, it should have been ground down anyway.
Did we take the tree down?
Well, you hired it done, the guy.
Okay, so that's one of the top did?
Yes, but he came in a couple months ago, brought it up, cause they took the trees down and left the stumps, spoiler.
Yeah, they left.
They were supposed to go back out and do that.
That's why he's saying one got
Okay.
done, the other one
Well, the
didn't.
one just got done a month ago.
Okay.
Really? You
Yeah.
didn't do the other one while
No.
it's there? Oh
I
my
don't
God.
care, I don't care, I just wanna know if it's gonna be done soon,
Yeah,
or
well-
do I take, I gotta move my topsoil and,
We'll get to it
pardon me?
and, we'll get to it and get them done.
Okay, well, it's just one and it's
Yeah.
on way off, it's, that other one, they left a pretty big mess, but, okay, that's all I needed. Okay, have a
Thank
blessed
you.
day.
Take her easy, Tom.
Back to work.
Any other public comment? No? No? All right. Manager's comment.
Where do we start? Let's see. I'll start, I guess, with Bivens Road. I went out and
Hi, Mike.
I actually got a call from a couple of the residents on Bivens Road. They weren't happy with what the contractor has done on some of the spots out there, so I went out there and I met with Stoneco. We drove up and down the road and agreed what still needed to be done. So I've got a meeting scheduled now with Hoffman next week to go back out with him, and there's a couple of spots that are like a heavy berm and some ditches that I wanna call them ditch, the holes that they dug at the end of a couple tubes that don't go nowhere, it's just the holes. So we're gonna talk about those, but then I also threw out to Stoneco, and he's trying to round up their flagpole. They're gonna have Hoffman Brothers come in and finish up this heavier grading kind of stuff that we want done. The road's looking pretty good itself. But then I threw out to them that we would bring our crew in there with the graders and we could shape the road the way we want it. And cause they got brand new gravel, but it's kind of like piled up on both sides, got berms on both sides, it's pure gravel. So we should be able to scrape that back in and shape it the way we want it.
Are they being billed for that?
And then we would bill their time and labor to Stoneco, and that's what he's running up the flagpole to see, as long as Stoneco's higher ups or what are okay with it. He thought it was a good idea, so that way, when we get it done the way we want it to be.
We need to have a bit of a crown so it will drain.
Well, it does.
Yeah, but if the edges of the road, you know, you've got.
Yeah, right now, the way it is.
You got a berm to start with,
I would
that's
make
not
them bring
good.
it in, cause the ditch of the drainage is there, but when they laid the gravel, the grader kinda just let,
Yeah.
row go. We can easily pull that in, like I said, at the same time shaping it. That's easy, it's one down and one back with a grader will fix that. It's more of the drainage issues that they either didn't address or created, that I want them to fix first, and then we'll shape everything.
I thought they had drawings and specifications to
They
which
got
were
a
supposed
drawing
to-
in, like what a typical road should be, but that doesn't always just apply because the road isn't typical. But there's a couple spots that they just didn't pay attention or there's no place for the water to go. It's just, and it happens to be the two ladies that have come, that's their drive. So I talked to them, there's another gentleman, there's one hill kinda in the middle of that whole road. He lives on the back side of it, and his drive to his garage, when he comes out, is basically a blind coming over the curb, or over the hill. And so he's asking for that hill to get cut, which, in the grand scheme, I'm not gonna ask Stoneco to do that, because that wasn't part of, the original agreement. I think probably later next year, we might be able to do that ourselves and be a good training. It's not much at all, really. It's probably maybe the width of this room twice and maybe about 3 foot, that we'd have to take down. So I'll work with him.
Does it make sense to do that after the road's been shaped and all the
Yeah.
work that's been
Well,
done on
I
it?
mean, it's what it is. And then I told him we wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't have Hoffman Brothers do it now because I don't know what's under there.
Right.
That could have been an old, 2-track that somebody put gravel on way back in the day, and there's no base or nothing there, so I'm not gonna have them cut off 3 foot and find muck, or just junk. So, I think it'd be a good training and be able to get our guys out there and do it. But that'll be like sometime next year. But in the meantime, we may need to put and I hate to put them out, but we might need to put a hidden drive sign on the side of the hill so that people know there's something on that other side of that hill.
How many people's beyond him?
5 or 6. There's only one right across the road from me. He's on top of the hill on the crossroad, and that's perfectly fine. And that'll be the thing, if you lower it, we'll have to deal with his drive to match into it. But I think it's more the delivery vehicles, UPS, FedEx, all them, and the buses. I guess the bus won't stop there because it comes over hill, and so they go on down the hill to another drive to get farther away from the hill to stop. So there is a slight issue there, but I think it could be corrected easy enough. But that's not something I'm gonna ask Stoneco to participate in, because we didn't talk about that, so anyway, we're still, if you get calls, we're still doing work out there, we'll still, work on the drainage and make sure that flows where it needs to go, and I think it can easily be done. Let's see. Guardrail. So we're gonna have to install some guardrail probably in the spring, by the time we get to it. But the Elm Road Bridge there's culvert that just got done, that's definitely gonna need some guardrail on that. The Camden Road Bridge that we did last year, the wooden bridge, that still needs to have guardrail attached to it. And then South Allen near Cole Road has a spot. I mean, there's spots all over the place. These are just specific ones that we're gonna have to get some up there pretty quick. Okay, let's see. we've had a couple meetings with the health insurance committee and we've had meetings with the individual,
Insurance agent.
the agents. So they gave us whole packages, both ones that, you know, what they can offer. Both of them pretty much said what we've got is gonna be hard to beat, and you'd either lose coverage, or I wouldn't say lose coverage, but cost, you know, more deductibles and more co-pays than what we have to lower any kind of a premium. So we looked at all their stuff, we met with the committee, we decided that we're gonna stay with, Dave McGee as the agent, and the current, plan that we have. We'll just have to wait and find out what those rates actually change to when we get the updates. Katie's planning on tentatively around the 14th of November-ish, is when we'll start open enrollment. And that'll normally go for about a month, and that way she can close it out before the end of the year and figure out.
It will make changes
Yeah.
in the new year.
But more detail on that when we get closer to that and we get the figures actually, but.
So at this point, nobody's even giving us any kind of an indication of what we might be looking at in terms.
They're both saying
Oh,
they're a 12 to
increase.
13% increase with a 2% increase in the cap.
Yeah,
So
so
you're gonna realize
rates-
about a 10 to 11%.
2026 rates between the both plans that average a 13% increase in health insurance. But the cap only went up 2%, so I have to calculate the overage to what the employees will have to pay out of pocket. That's what I'm working on.
And they both kind of threw out rough figures and they said, don't quote me on this, but that's like if they're, and they use it for example, if the guys are paying $150 a month, it's gonna go to like $170, $175. And that's gonna be about.
If everything stays the same.
Yeah, it depends on who goes in what categories and that, all that. So at the end of open enrollment, we'll be able to figure it out, but, just a rough guess, if everything stayed the same, that's about the difference, 10% of what was getting paid anyway. Good? You got anything? Okay. Let's see, as we've said before, Safety Day is the 30th of October. So, you're welcome anytime. Let's see. We did go out and try I guess a new way of trying to heal in the road out on Camden Road from the Camden village limits west for 3 miles. I think it turned out really good. Is it ideal? No, but it filled in that rut and it rides smooth. I mean, that rut's pretty much gone. We'll have to see how the horses, if they tear it up or whatever. But right now, I think it rides really good. I think it turned out good using, you know, the box scraper around the skid steer worked out good. So.
I drove it myself this morning. I needed to go to my sister's in Southern Branch County, and so I made it. Bob told me about it yesterday, so it was I just had to go 1 mile south from what I would normally do, and yeah, it's a big improvement. Yeah, no, it's not perfect, you know, but you know, to make it perfect would cost a whole lot more money than this costs.
You know, we get some money, that helped, and possibly even a cap with some chip seal or something. The base on that road is still good. I mean, you don't have a lot of base issues, so.
Do you have any, off the top of your head, guesstimate of what it cost to do what we did out there?
You know what, I had that and I don't. It wasn't that bad, cause we were estimating a few hundred tons of asphalt and it took about half of what we were thinking, cause we just didn't know how much it was gonna take to scrape into those.
Right.
And I think it took about half of what, I wanna say 150 ton or 200 ton is what it took us, so with that, 3. But like I said, it wound up being about a 2 to 3 foot.
On each side of the road.
About right down the center of the road that the box scraped it in and then the roller compacted it. And I was happily surprised that how it turned out, cause I wasn't sure how it was gonna ride and it hit it pretty good, so.
Gotta be better than
It's a lot
definitely
better
better
than
than
it
it
was. Yeah, a lot better.
As a couple of you know, we had the traffic summit yesterday at City Hall, so MDOT went through all their stuff. All the cities and villages went through what they've done, what they plan to do. We went through our stuff. I think it went pretty good. Don't know if there's any really big highlights other than everybody arguing about the road diet thing and going through Hillsdale, but do you have any comments?
The only comment I would make is that the Camden Village project, I was not surprised. They put that off again. It's not gonna happen until 2027. I mean, they put it off for the last 2 years. It keeps getting bumped back. They say that number one reason is they still have some issues securing right-of-way agreements with the number of property owners. But that's gonna, when they do that, that's gonna be an extensive project, and it's like $13–14 million, and they're gonna replace a bunch of sewer lines that are deep. So I raised the question, I said, are property owners or the village itself gonna get stuck paying for any of that? And they said, no. It's included in the contract that the state's gonna cover. And it said the sewer is okay, but the sewer is so deep, they don't wanna spend the money they're gonna be spending on doing the road bed, and then a few short years later have to come back and tear it up to replace sewer lines.
Well, they gotta put storm sewer
Yeah,
on top of the sanitary.
that's, yeah, so I was glad to hear that, you know, they are thinking about long-term.
They're projecting 18,962,000.
Okay, well, I knew it was a lot of money, but I didn't think it was quite that much, but it is what it is. So,
Is that the project they're gonna build the temporary bridge?
yeah,
Instead of
Yeah.
improving our roads with the detour?
Yeah, we all
That's
smiled,
kinda sad.
we all smiled about that.
Why, who do we talk to reassess that? Jennifer?
MDOT? No?
yeah, MDOT
Or
probably.
anybody above them?
We could, you know, we could talk to her, we could talk to state senator, who would be Jonathan Lindsay in this case, because he
Oh, that's
represents
right.
that township.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Joe Blaney, we're out of his territory.
Yeah, that part still doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, what they're gonna do is, it'll just be one lane, controlled with a traffic
Well, the
light.
guy that seemed to be in charge of it all was the guy with the suit coat on. I can't think of his name though.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Yeah, I know,
That's Kelby and.
yeah.
Well, I guess my point is if they're pushing this project off, is there time to have those conversations
Very well could be.
about, because again, can we improve our local roads, primary and locals, and have an infusion that way versus putting in this temporary bridge? I mean, I don't know what the numbers are.
I think that temporary bridge is gonna be pretty cheap.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
but you're
the point.
talking probably at least 3 miles of road that they would have to improve, just even if you just did one block to get around it.
Well, that's
But
I
that
don't
would be a permanent fix.
Yeah.
So that's money that's going in that's a permanent fix versus all this money into a temporary thing that's gonna get yanked.
And we proposed that back when they talked
But
about it.
they're looking at dollars and cents.
Well, I know,
too.
and that's why I'm curious, what the price difference is.
I don't know, we have to see. I'm not sure what that bridge is, but.
well, and that one lane bridge, I mean, this project, my understanding could be like a year and a half or 2
Oh,
years
yeah.
long. So, I'm with you, it's worth a try.
Right. I'd
But
like
if
to
they
know,
would do that, for that long of a detour and all that traffic, you would probably wanna require them to do a crush and shake on all of them. So you,
and for 3 miles crush and shape, we're talking
You know, that's what, $500,000 a mile, isn't it?
yeah,
$3
pretty much.
million.
Almost.
It would be over 3, I'm gonna be under
Right.
3, but.
It'd be under 3, and what's that temporary bridge cost?
don't
I think that's what we need to know, cause you're talking an $18 million project, that temporary bridge isn't cheap.
Okay, so one plus is, okay, Montgomery Road, which would be the north end of it. That's already a great road. That was resurfaced not very long ago.
But was it just resurfaced or is it
Yeah.
crushing shape?
No,
If
Right.
just the resurface, this is
It
the
won't hold
permanent
up, I
fix.
think
It'll
is what I'm saying.
eventually, under
Yeah.
the traffic, it'll eventually fall apart
But
if the
isn't
base wasn't dealt with.
isn't that a truck road? In the Montgomery Road, I thought.
going east, I know going west off from 49 it is, going east, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I was on it last night, but I was going west, and I seen a truck route sign.
But it's, I mean, to me, the bigger issues are Carpenter Road and Camden Road.
Yep.
And they
And
could definitely benefit from
absolutely,
doing crushing
they,
shape.
they need to be done, you know. I don't see that Montgomery is an issue.
Well, I can talk to Kelby and see maybe some of the figures.
But yeah, get an idea of the figures, and again, we've got new road funding, and is it something that between our new dollars, if we made a contribution for the difference, could we get it done? And would that make sense? I mean, and without knowing the numbers, you don't know.
Well, we don't know for sure the numbers that we're gonna.
Well, no, I know,
We don't
I'm just talking the difference between the
Yeah.
bridge and that.
Yeah, I
If we know what that
understand what you're
figure
saying.
is, does it make sense for us to try to make that difference up? And that way we do get the new roads.
Maybe.
So I think we need to do it, I mean, it's been kicked out, I think we need to get on it and.
I mean, one of the things to put a temporary bridge in, it's gonna be more than just a bridge, they're gonna have to build a temporary road.
Well, correct, and that's,
And all of that is low ground, it's wet ground. I mean, if we get, in the spring of the year, if we get several inches of rain, you know, they're gonna have to build that thing up so that it's not underwater,
It'll have to be as high as the one,
as the current road
the
bed is.
current road is.
so,
So Jason Pittman was the one that,
Okay, I couldn't think of his name.
I got my,
That's your.
so we can probably get on that sooner versus later, just to get an idea, I think we've kinda talked this before, but I,
I got a feeling Heather might already got it.
well, good, Heather, give us information. I like it.
You'll get a text here in a minute.
Yeah, just in a minute.
Okay, anyway, moving on from that one.
You're just lucky.
See what I stirred up?
Thought about it last night. This one's
But I think it's good.
All right.
I gave you a job too.
Just so you know, we're gonna be putting out here shortly some bids for materials. Just in case you get questions, but it's gonna be for a mineral aggregate bid again, the brine, HMA, and emulsion. And so basically our hot mix, our stuff to do our, chip seal, brine for the gravel roads, and then all the mineral ags, you know, so, and normally, in the past, you guys have per se done like in whatever's in best favor of the county, you know, so we can accept them all and pick which ones we want from where for whatever project, so. Just, you know, those are out, or we're gonna put them out, we're not gonna put them out yet, but.
So are in that bidding process, do we also ask for a quote for the steel mill slag?
I think it's on there, that's just whether they
Want to bid it?
elect to bid
It
it.
was last year.
Yeah.
This
There's only
year.
certain ones that deal with it, and so if they put it on there, that's fine, you know, they would, per se, get the slag if we needed it.
And by that way, any of the townships that would wanna use it, we can show it.
But I've still gotta say, I disagree with using the slag on the gravel roads like that. It's not a road building material, it's,
I'm not in favor of the big slag, but I am in favor of the small slag.
it doesn't, it won't lock together.
And I know that the people in Amboy Township think it's
I know they think
a
it
good
does.
deal.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm
Those
favorite,
bids will be out,
crushed stone.
and
too.
we'll be, as they come in, we'll be opening, I believe we're trying to aim for the December 11th meeting to to get them in and
Open those bids.
Yeah.
What about the aggregates?
That's in there, that
That's-
mineral aggregate.
Oh,
That's the first one that, all the different aggregates will be on that. We've got a new guy that's, I guess here in Hillsdale somewhere, that's got some mineral well brines that he's interested in bidding, and he's local. Says there should be no way that he can't beat hauling it down from Midland or wherever Corey is bringing it. Also, Michigan Mineral Chloride is interested, so I know we'll have
Competing
few.
bids.
And all of those wells, we get a report as to what the mineral contents are,
Yeah,
know that they're in
they'd
the
have to
same
test
range.
them, yeah.
They have to meet Eagle.
Yeah. We have to know what it is before
Yeah,
it can be
whoever.
put down anyway, so.
They aren't gonna let you put oil well brine on there anymore.
Well, they will. It's a matter of, if you guys
what
approve
percentage of this too?
oil well brine,
I don't wanna get involved in that. I know that.
I know 2 years ago, they made a whole lot of noise about changing what was allowable. I haven't heard much noise about
that
that
has
lately.
died down. I haven't seen or heard
Okay.
anything on that since then, so I'm gonna let that sleep and die
I
alone.
think they were getting shot at from every direction.
MDOT and CRA were both working on
Okay,
it.
well, again, I just didn't know if you had heard any more or
No.
what the, I just haven't heard anything.
I take it no news is good news on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Alright, let's see.
Be quiet.
Let me go through some of the standard updates. For the Buckeye Road, west of Bird Lake Road culvert, and the Somerset Road, north of Stewart Road, CEI, which is our engineering firm that's been working with those, still working on those, and, let's see. There's a couple of townships, or the two townships, we're gonna have to see how they wanna proceed with what they've come up with, what kind of contractor structure, are they willing to, participate, or is it gonna stay closed, or, so, more to come on that, we just don't know. We've got the info from CEI, we just gotta work with it. The bridge maintenance, which is Albright contractor, they're working on the Austin Road east of Carpenter and Lilac Road west of Cambria. I think once they're done with that, that's gonna complete the list of bridges we gave for 2025, and then next year we'll come up with a list of bridges for 2026 and kind of do the same thing. So I think there were 6 or 8 bridges on that list, and so they're finishing up the last 2. As far as the pavement markings, they're working on some of the special markings, and then they'll return back to the center line, edge lines. But they'll come back and do those when we're done with all of our paver patching. So we still got paving to do on Lilac Road. We're gonna try to do Lilac and McCollum, and if there's any other little spots that we can do, we'll do it. Those are the 2 we're gonna try to get done this year. If we got time and everything, we had to replace a water line at the Litchfield garage, and so the ground and all that was tore up, so we'll probably try to get that paved in before winter. But really, that's about it.
Is the pavement marking, are they responsible to put the rumble strips in at the intersections?
No. That's a rumble strip is a totally different project, and there'd be a contractor doing that, and we don't just
Cause I know,
put rumble strips, they cost quite a bit to put those in.
I know there was rumble strips at, Mills and North Adams intersection.
And then we paved it.
Mhm.
Let me see what my,
What your
Were the
query
rumble
says?
strips on weren't they on North Adams Road? No?
Yes.
Correct, and
But
that's
it's
what
that-
got repaved.
But it's that intersection.
Okay, and so they're gone now.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
but it'd have to be another project to put them back.
that's.
Well, they're only gone on one side.
They're on the west side, but they're not on the east side.
What do we find on those rumble strips on whether they, the impact on the road and the longevity? Do those rumble strips affect the integrity
Now, are
of the
you
road?
talking the
I'm
ground in, or the ones that are put on top? for coming up to a stop sign?
I'm talking about whatever we would put in there.
If you're coming to a stop sign, those are a strip that's added to the road to make it bump.
Oh,
up.
that's what makes the bump.
The safety grant they got done,
Yeah.
that ground into the center of the road, and I personally don't like it, but, cause to me, that just opens up for water.
Correct.
But that
So,
seems to be somebody's big thing in the state, so.
okay, question. The rumble strips that are done in the paint lines, those tend to be ground in. The ones that are done
For a stop sign.
for a stop sign tend to be
Are
out on
raised.
top. So we just need the raised ones, cause that's what we're
Yes,
talking about. Okay.
yes.
So I guess I'm
And
not,
I'm good with those.
yeah, I'm not opposed to
But
those,
they're-
but man, I don't know about the other ones on our roads, because we have a hard enough time keeping them in good repair, and then you're grinding off the edges.
I will tell you, I won't put in for those rumble strips, so that was something that was put in before,
Right.
and approved before I got here, so.
Right.
All I know, there's been a lot of
The
people
state likes them for some reason,
killed in
and
that intersection.
Well, we're not talking about the stop rumbles, we're talking about
Yeah,
the
I know.
paint
the
lines.
center line or edge line.
But I'm reinforcing what I
Right.
said,
Right,
So
well,
that we need to put them back.
the stop rumbles, if I understand it right, are not there on the east side of that intersection.
correct, that's what we need to get
Correct,
put
because
back.
the road was repaved
Yeah.
and seal coated.
And can that get done yet this season?
No, that's the contractors, gotta come do that, they're probably shutting things down by now. That's a process where they've gotta heat everything up and it sticks, you know, and it's like, I don't know what the heck they use, but even their blades don't scrape off, so.
Yeah, I know, they put them on a while ago, and they stuck.
That was North Adams and, well,
East side.
does the other side have it?
Yep.
Okay.
So did they put those back on after they worked on that road? Cause they did that same thing on that side, but it's a few years
Yeah,
ago,
they're on the east side.
the west side.
Or, yeah, the west side of the intersection.
Going east?
All right, I'm totally wrong. Heather says that the Michigan pavement markings are coming back to put those in.
Okay, alright, this fall,
She says it is.
okay, alright, well, there you
I'm
go.
just not looking at my phone.
Yeah.
There you
If not, they'll be in the future.
Okay.
But ideally, they need to go in this fall,
Okay.
because that is a bad intersection.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people killed there.
Yeah.
So my question is on the additional paver patches that we're gonna try to do?
Mhm.
At what temperature can we not continue forward with those?
I think they've paved it in snow before, but I would say 50.
Okay, and so I
The
know the
road
next,
temperature 50.
right, so the next 2 weeks, I know the air temperature is supposed to be not much more than 50, I don't know how long it takes the road temperature to dip below, so what's,
We have to play that almost day by day when it gets this time of year.
okay, and we can do that, we can be that,
When,
we're that,
We just have to be able to
Nimble.
order the day prior.
when is Michigan paving shutting
Okay.
down?
They haven't given us a date yet, but normally they're right around mid-November.
That's what I thought. 'Cause that would be your determining factor, whether you get asphalt or not.
Yes. But on the other hand, what you're thinking there is that actually the roads stay warmer than the ambient temperature because of the black road absorbs it and
that heat, the
holds it.
sun,
But
yeah, yeah.
And if you get road traffic.
Okay,
I just got the spec for,
Oh. We need to put a door.
Oh, no, we got enough.
Ever in here.
She can hear it plainly.
so, you know, this is, the spec is calling for a base course of 35 degrees and rising. The binder course is 4 degrees and rising, and top course is 45 to 50 and rising.
okay,
There you go.
So,
so that's why you kinda use 50 as your,
yeah.
because
Even
you
if
could do
it
a
says
little
you can
colder
do
than
it,
that, but 50 is kind of,
Yep.
and so do you check road temperature?
oh yeah,
And how do you do that?
we have items on our trucks that can tell us that.
Okay,
Driving down the road, you can tell
You
what
look
it is.
at their truck and right on by the mirror, there's a whole round.
it's telling you what that temperature of that
Yeah,
It
road
tells you
is.
the ambient temperature and the road temperature.
Okay, and so how deep does that, or does it matter?
doesn't matter.
It's just surface, okay, just curious, thank you very much, learned a little bit today.
How do we bring Heather in?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, that's it. Okay, she's also saying that the plants are talking about Thanksgiving Day is when they'll,
That's when they're
Oh,
gonna shut
later.
it down. Oh, that's the end of, or
Man, the end of November
end
versus
of
mid.
November.
yeah, a lot of times, other than weather, MDOT projects is what dictates that. So they know they got a big MDOT project that's gonna go out to there, they're gonna stay open for it. As soon as they're done with that project,
They're done.
we don't get enough asphalt from them to keep it open, so.
Right. Right, and how does deer hunting season impact all that?
That's part of the schedule.
Absolutely.
No different harvest.
Absolutely, yep.
All right, let's see.
I don't know what's harvest ever interrupted deer season.
So we're gonna get into the budget, but we're gonna have I think a little to play with for capital improvement, or capital outlay. So we're looking to get a few pieces of equipment, and right now it's probably, looking at pickups, 1 tons, high reach, and some skid steer attachments. So nothing terribly big, but it still adds up.
So these items you're talking about doing before the end of the year?
They won't get done by the end of the year. I mean, it'll be into the 26 budget by the time anything's actually done and paid for probably, but it's there in the budget where you'll see the amended budget here in a minute, but
What's the status on the, fuel tanks?
they're still working on it. They're,
Still working on what? They're not,
when they're gonna be able to come and do it.
oh, okay. And so is that gonna be this fall yet? It's gonna be next spring?
Yeah, we met with them and they were like, yeah, we can get this in the spring. I'm like, oh no. That contract said it had to be done this year, and we can't go through the winter and have them things fail on us.
Right.
So they are getting things around, and even if they had, the hardest part I think in timing is the canopy, and even if they can do everything else and have the post for the canopy, they can come back and put the canopy on.
And weather is conducive that can all be done yet this fall?
Okay. They say it'd take them 2 weeks.
Well, all they're working on, everything's above ground.
Yeah, they're really, other than the new post for the canopy, everything's really just dismantling everything that's there and putting new stuff on, adding the computer system and.
So we're not getting new tanks?
No, the tanks are good. The
Okay,
tanks will
tanks
stay.
are good, okay.
Everything below ground, other than we'll have to transfer like the DEF, the
Oh, yeah.
tank and systems.
Blue.
Everything below ground is
Is good,
good.
okay. And are you getting a new concrete pad, or there isn't a concrete pad?
No, I think we'll have to extend it a little bit because of the design, but it's
Okay.
pretty much, it's already concrete pad.
It's already concrete pad there, so it's just a matter of getting, and we're getting a single canopy or dual canopy? I know there was.
It's gonna be one big one.
Okay, cause I know we talked
Yep.
about that, I didn't know what that was.
And so that is gonna be a little bit of a hike in the price, and I think he's sending that to me. Just because now there's two small ones, and they're gonna fill in between, so they're gonna be the same post, the same everything. They're just gonna make these a little bit bigger, and they'll connect. There'll still be 2 canopies, they'll just connect in the center.
With the proper, angle.
I would hope.
Me too. Okay.
So anyway, more to come on that. Was there anything?
I didn't.
Oh, I didn't finish it, did I?
Instant shower.
We're gonna stay
Hey,
anyways.
Gary gets me going.
Truck wash.
So right now they're down, and that's where Heather's at, down on 127. They started at Territorial Road and they're coming north to Hudson, grinding the bumps that they did like a couple weeks ago. They ground them on the southbound lanes. They're gonna do the northbound lane today, and that'll be done. That'll be the end of all the state projects that we had for this year. So. The M99 closure, Heather talked to Matt on the way down, and he's now saying it'll be next week to open 99.
Well, he did say the 20th.
I think originally he was talking this week, or but I think by this week, and he's pushed it to next week. So
So we're looking at the 27th.
So what he told me, I saw him in the basement of the county office building a week or so ago, that the challenge there for the contractor. He says as far as the drain work itself, that has been done. And they rebuilt the road bed, but it was getting, the various people to show up on time to lay new blacktop. And they had to bring somebody in to do some grinding and those kinds of things. And said this company that bid the contract, they have all of this stuff to do this, but they were off on other projects, and so they were having a little bit of a time coordinating everybody to get them here. So I started telling people that it'd be open by the 1st of November, so I'm safe. Hopefully.
Well, that's roughly, I would give them all through next week, you know, so you're talking the 30th, 31st. So it's gonna be around there to,
Still sooner than I thought it'd be.
yeah.
Well, they had till what, the 14th, didn't they?
Let's see, our ditching and deberming projects, Hake Road's done, Nichols Road's done, Flatbridge Road, the ditching and deberming's about 3/4 of the way done. Once that's all done, we can top it with the gravel. Gilmore Road, we're starting to do some of that, but that's the last one. Once we get Gilmore done, that's all of the ones from 23 and 24 that we're still hanging out there. So hopefully we can wrap that all up this year and start again next year when we
We
meet
didn't
with the
have any
townships.
for 25.
Let's see, all the limestones patching's been done, gravel patching, all the brine's complete, fog seal and chip seal's complete. The brush spraying's complete. We did the northeast quadrant this year, so basically we used Millens Road and Night Culvert. Everything above that was done. For the primary paver patching, Camden Road is done. And then we're pushing territorial to next year because that's gonna be part of the federal aid project. We were gonna try to do some spots on that, but that's where we're gonna now look at Lilac and McCollum to do that. And then is the Bacon Road,
That contract.
is that the contract that's gonna be signed? Okay. So we got the Bacon Road, Bacon Road east of Walden Road culvert, contract that you'll be looking at signing here in a little bit. Other than that, we've got the Northern Conference that's coming up, and that's in Harbor Springs, which is basically up by Petoskey. They normally do a Northern and Southern Conference for the CRA, and a few years they combined them and just had Northern/Southern somewhere in the middle of the state. They separated back out again, but the Southern Conference really isn't too active. You know, Northern still does a lot of theirs, and so they got a lot of good, sessions that are going to be there. So I think it's good for somebody to go to, but it's also December 11th, which is going to be our last meeting of the year here. So if we want to send any of us to it, then I would say you might need to look at adjusting the meeting, or we just don't send anybody.
Weren't you all just at a conference in September?
Mhm.
So what are they gonna do in December that they didn't do in September?
They're
All this is totally different.
totally
There's
different contract.
there's so many options that, I mean, if you want to read what the different sessions are for, every conference, I mean,
They're not the same.
there's a ton of
Well, I
conferences.
understand they're not the
The
same,
breakout
but there is a part of recycling from year to year to year. And I've never
They're
seen,
trying not to do that as much as they can.
again, I didn't read the pamphlet, I'm asking the question, and I'm asking it from a standpoint of, I know how my conferences work. And I could be at conferences 365 days a year, and I could learn something new. I mean, I understand that.
Mhm.
But we have the winter conference, and then you go to the fall conference, and now there's this another, and I'm talking winter in
Yeah.
Lansing.
Cause I'm thinking there's
And a lot of times we
operations,
send different people to different conferences, so it's not like,
Okay,
the same person.
so.
so I guess that's my question
We
about
we look them over.
doing the right thing.
There's some of them that you read them and it's like, yeah, there's nothing on here that interests me to look and sit through.
Right.
We just don't go.
Right.
But
Right.
sometimes we might look at this and say, well, like you would probably benefit from this, but nobody else will.
Right.
You know, so
Right.
it all gets looked at. And like I said, it's a northern conference, so technically it's out of our southern district, but it's still CRA and covers.
Applicable.
They do have a lot of items on there if you want to read through it that.
The northern
benefit.
always does a better job than the
Yeah,
south.
they do. They always have. But anyway, that's out. And the southeast district, which isn't the same as the northern southern, the southeast district is, November 3rd at 9 a.m. at Branch.
That's like the.
Yeah, that's the one.
So that's one, that's a local one that we,
Southeast.
and that's like a
That's a good
9
one.
a.m. to 1 or
I
something like
like,
that.
I like those.
But it's our Branch County Road Commission. So we need to know who wants to attend so we can.
We have to register by Monday.
I'm a no, I'm out of town.
I'll go.
I'm going.
I'll go.
All I need is a reminder.
I already put it in my calendar.
Phone right now.
And for right
It's gonna be
now,
a Monday morning reminder, not Sunday night.
When's the meeting?
Monday?
Monday.
Same day. I can set an alarm on my, I can figure it out for you.
Well, just text me.
I will. I can set a
Do
timer,
Oh,
my text, I can set it to go out a certain day and a time. Just have Gary pick you up.
that would work too.
There you go.
I'd still forget to get ready though.
That's what, you said 9 o'clock, didn't you?
Yes,
Yes.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock is like, you get there, the meeting starts at 9:30.
Coming through Hillsdale's going out of way for me to go to cold one.
I've actually got a job just down the road from there that I can check on too.
Ah,
So I have a question for you. At one point in time, a month or so ago, you had talked about some sort of a Region 2 meeting this coming week in southern Jackson County.
Jackson, Lenawee, and us.
Yeah.
Yep.
What day
Now,
was that?
just so you know, commissioners don't normally go to that meeting. From any county.
Alright.
So
I'm not sure I'm gonna go, depending on what day
the
it is.
RTF meeting is Tuesday, November 19th at 1 p.m. in Brooklyn. And I've got like an address for that. The same place they have it all the time. So normally what that is, that's where we plan out the federal aid dollars we get. Just shy of $1 million every year on federal aid that we can use. That's what we did, Concord Herring and Jonesville this year. So that plans it out like sometimes out to 8 years, is what you plan on doing. So normally what happens is the boards decide, if they want to look at doing a certain road or a certain project, they give it to the manager or the engineer, and the manager and engineers all kind of divvy out what goes where. And sometimes if we get $1 million this year, but we really need 1.2 to get our project done, like Lenawee will say like, okay, take 2.2 from us this year, you give it back to us next year. And that's how it kind of flows. But
Rob from Peter to pay.
yeah, they do, within reason. I mean, nothing they can't get like hashed back out the next year, so.
So that
So
was
they plan out like 6 to 9 years. But,
Tuesday, November the 19th, at what time?
1 p.m.
Is that in Brooklyn?
Yes.
How come we have it on Tuesday the 4th?
We didn't want you to show up.
Well, I was out of town that day anyway, so.
You're gonna miss the meeting.
I've got the whole packet here for. What else?
That is?
That's it? Any
I
questions?
think that was enough.
I do too.
Can you give me a copy?
Any old business?
Yes.
Thank you.
Here. Any old business?
I think I pretty much asked the questions I wanted to ask.
Alright, new business, approve a township contract. Wheatland, Bacon Road, Waldron, Gardner, 48 inch. Nice 40-foot culvert and collar. Cost $14,050. Township shares $7,025.
This is the fourth.
It is the
It is the fourth.
Yeah.
The
Sorry.
RTF is the fourth.
I moved.
So that meeting in Brooklyn?
Yep.
You really don't want me there.
I move we approve the township contract with Wheatland for
Support.
replacing the culvert.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. There's 2 copies.
Are we in the Navy or what?
Two copies.
Come off, Bart, you're loving.
I just,
Shouldn't this be agreement?
Yeah. mm-hmm,
That's bargaining that part.
yeah. I will
I just noticed that.
talk to her about it.
That's what happens when we over the.
Yeah.
You needed the
Yeah.
Yes,
That's what
sir.
That's what I walked into this morning. I haven't been in my office yet.
I don't want to be.
Did you print out? Keep everybody?
We did see that.
They should, they're meeting agendas.
Oh, it's on the agenda, okay.
No, they're in their folders.
I have,
Yeah.
I have
We're
it
in the Navy, yeah.
somewhere here.
There you go.
I bet. I don't know.
That's it.
Oh, you need to sign that too, right?
Approve proposed amended budget.
So basically, we just sat down and figured out, based on how much left of the year there is and where we sit with our budget, and made a few adjustments. This is where we came up. A little bit of improvement from last year. Keep in mind that the ending balance includes all of our inventory. So just because it's not money that we
It's
got
not
sitting here,
cash.
that's all the gravel that we processed, all the
Parts.
parts and pieces and material.
So the difference is when we look at the cash report that we get every meeting, and that is about 2.4 million, that's with the prior to the reserves, I mean, I think it was about 2.4 today.
So the cash budget is basically, we do it monthly, showing how much we spent altogether for that month.
Correct, so that's the cash, that's my point, that's the cash that we're holding,
Correct.
whereas when you compare it to our projected end of 25, ending balance of 5.2 million, that's kind of the difference is in those assets, in
Yes.
equipment and buildings.
And
Well,
salt
Right,
and
the materials, yes,
gravel.
yes,
All
yeah.
of your inventory.
Yeah.
Gravel is sitting in a pile, not on the road. Ha, ha,
Yeah.
ha, ha. though, when it looks like we have $5.2 million to spend, we do not.
No. Not by the long shot.
No, not that long.
So this is what we're proposing, and if you approve it, this will be the actual